As we start, let's go over what we covered in the last class. So remember, we went over these topics. I want you to go over in the next few 20 seconds. Go over them and choose one takeaway. Maybe take notes. Choose one takeaway. Remember, these are the things that we covered in the last class. What do you find useful here? Please write down one takeaway in your notebook. And the next one, please, again, write down one takeaway. Remember, we covered improvisation as a way of fostering creativity. We can apply automated writing, drawing, doodling, storytelling, designing. You can improvise your life. You need a bit of more courage, creativity, we said. The next one, be a polymath. Who is a polymath? An individual who can draw on multidisciplinary fields of knowledge, multiple domains. Be an autodidact, a self-taught person who initiates, manages his or her own learning and reads voraciously across disciplines. Are you a polymath? Are you an autodidact? So you need to be a hunter, learner of most interesting things. Go out of your comfort zone. Learn beyond your discipline. Education as usual is dead. Long live lifetime learning. Are you learning every day? And are you assuming responsibility for your learning journeys? So today is the boring lecture. We will go over some of the exercises. I hope it will not be that boring. Let's get started. Boredom strikes us when we let our habits and routines control us. So if there are too many habits, too many routines in your life, you will get bored. Lectures are inherently boring. Slides are often recipes for mediocrity. So it takes courage, experimentation to get out of what is boring in your life as well as in lectures. Therefore, in this lecture, I'll try to escape boredom by exploring new topics that inspire me, hopefully will also inspire you. To escape boredom in your lectures or in your sessions, here are my recommendations. You can take actions and you can be more active. That means writing. Try to write, take notes, doodle. Whenever I'm bored in meetings, I always doodle. Our dean was almost scolding me. Fahri, what are you doing? I'm doodling. I was always doodling in meetings. So you can doodle, write down. What else? Making materials relevant for yourself. How can I make this useful for my own life? Identify some action points. And remember, improvising, surprising yourself, incorporating uncertainty, incorporating play, adventure into whatever you do. That's the recipe to get out of boredom. So whenever you are bored, that means one thing. You don't use your full potential. You are bored because you are not using your full potential. That means you can be more creative, more entrepreneurial, and you can do more random things. You can go beyond, and you can use more of your potential not to get bored. Yeah? So we need to use more of our potential, our own potential, to get out of boredom. One of the ways to escape boredom is to play with artificial intelligence tools. These AI tools are so powerful that you can spend hours and engage in learning experiments every day, every hour. And I'm doing that every morning. Whenever I have my morning coffee, I play with GPT-4. I use it as my creative assistant. I have been writing articles. I travel to different years, 2010s, for example. This is a 2010s time capsule using AI. Or you can travel to other centuries. I traveled to 1800s in this article, and you can see I traveled to different eras. I traveled to 1950s, 30s, 20s. I traveled across movies, books, popular culture, technological events, world history. It was an immersive era journey, time travel. So it is like a time capsule. I used artificial intelligence to travel to these eras and experience different time zones. It was almost I was living there. I immersed myself fully into these eras using AI. And I publish my results, and I make money by publishing these results. Okay? So you can do a lot of experiments like this to escape boredom. And if you see here, even during the break, I continued publishing almost every day. So I reached 1,473 articles that are already published. As you can see, I'm growing my library, yeah? And I have 545 drafts that are to be written, yeah? So every day I have this system, you know. Whenever I'm bored, I automatically write on Medium. This has become like a habit of myself. So whenever you are bored, that means you can make money. You can become an entrepreneur. You can do something useful, inspiring. So that's, for me, Medium. Whenever I'm curious about something, I just work with AI tools, GPT, and create new stories, new journeys, new curiosity journeys for myself. And I make money through these. To escape boredom, escape into the metaverse. Metaverse was a huge deal, remember, recently? And I think it will become big again. Let's remember Metaverse through this movie. If you have watched Ready Player One, it was one of the best movies ever. And it is a glimpse into the future, our lives in the Metaverse. So let me fix the sound. Okay, let's try again. Remember this movie, it's an amazing movie. If you haven't watched it, watch it. Like this, you will be traveling in the metaverse through your avatar. You will be attending virtual meetings. You will be working and creating value in the metaverse. And you'll be making money through your avatar. Your avatar will be more famous than you are. And your avatar will soon make more money than you do. So we are traveling into this brave future. You can play there, enjoy yourself, play games, work there, be productive, buy products and services, watch movies, immerse yourself, or socialize, and meet new people. And if we look at the key trends in the metaverse, it's a huge industry that's emerging very fast. There are still a lot of challenges, but it is growing very fast, and it is set to grow even faster. This is a whole ecosystem. There are different gateways, different avatar companies, different user interfaces, and economies. It's the growing virtual economy, and the infrastructure is growing very fast, along with the growth of artificial intelligence. 2022 was the peak year, but I think it will come back again. It's a gold rush. What was it, the metaverse gold rush? Let's have a look what it was, and it will be active again. People are paying millions for land in the metaverse. So people are paying for digital property. Virtual real estate plot sells for $2.4 million. So this is real money. They pay real money to buy virtual land on the metaverse. Gucci bag, digital Gucci bag, has been sold for more than the real bag. So Gucci bag sold for more than 4,000 on Roblox. It's a digital bag. It's not even a real bag, but people buy the digital bag, and they pay thousands of dollars for that digital bag. Sandbox reports a new sale of $4.3 million land sale to Republic Realm. So they are selling this digital land on the metaverse for millions. Justin Bieber gave the first metaverse concert, and it surprised the world. What else? Snoop Dogg, he built his real-life mansion at the Sandbox Amphitheater Metaverse. And what happened next? Somebody just paid $500,000 to become a neighbor to Snoop Dogg in the metaverse. These are real cash, real money. Snoop Dogg released the first Sandbox Metaverse music video. What if virtual real estate becomes a reality in tomorrow's metaverse? And it is becoming a reality. Workers in Global South are making a lot of money by Axie Infinity. It's a blockchain game. They make $2,000. These are rice workers in Philippines. They are making real money through the token economy, through NFTs, and through blockchain games. So how can you invest in the metaverse? There are 4 ways. You can either buy cryptos, either buy virtual stocks, stocks of these companies, land, virtual land, or NFTs, non-fungible tokens. These are 4 ways to invest in the metaverse. Seoul became the first city to enter the metaverse, and you can read more. And you can read this futuristic report, New York Post, 2030. Facebook will create 10,000 new jobs in the European Union to help build metaverse. They changed their name to Meta, right? They are investing big in the metaverse. Dolly 2 was introduced to create images and NFTs. Beeple sold a non-fungible token for $69 million, making history. NFT art and virtual galleries are becoming mainstream. Virtual humans emerge as a major trend in the metaverse. Global digital human avatar market will reach $527 billion. This is a huge market. Everybody will have their own avatar. And if we look at the global biggest gold rush, you can see the gold rush here. The whole gold in the world is 15 trillion, right? Microsoft is about 3 trillion, close to 3 trillion. Apple, 2.6 trillion. NVIDIA is more than 2 trillion. And then we have Google, almost 2 trillion. Amazon, 1.7 trillion. And then we have silver, and then Bitcoin. And Bitcoin, I expect it'll at least double. It'll reach gold in the long term. So Bitcoin will reach, in my view, 15 trillion in the long term. So that means 1 Bitcoin will become, I believe, more than 1 million someday. $1 million each Bitcoin. And it is getting there in the long term. So that's why all these big companies and big banks are buying Bitcoin. They introduced Bitcoin ETFs, right? BlackRock, all these big companies, they are investing crazy in Ethereum and in Bitcoin. Why? Because in the long term, these will be the real gold. And then we see Meta, Facebook, almost 2 trillion. And then the other more traditional companies are coming. Berkshire Hathaway and all the others. And Tesla. Tesla lost a lot recently, but it will come back, I believe. So it is around $500 million now, half trillion, but it will come back. It will bounce back. And you can see ETF, Standard & Poor's ETF trusts, they will also grow a lot in the future. And you see Chinese companies also getting here. Tencent is the biggest one, owner of TikTok. Although it will be banned in the United States, it is growing faster and faster. TikTok and Tencent, they will grow even faster. And you see the rise of Ethereum here. It will rise, continue rising. And we see Korean powers such as Samsung entering the picture as well. And you can see some other. The only company here is Japanese company is Toyota, as you can see. And then we see new Chinese entrants. You can see the rise of Chinese companies. Quite a lot of Chinese companies are there. And France has some luxury beauty companies. And platinum is number 54. You can see more international companies as we go down the list. Pharmaceuticals, Chinese companies, European companies, and Indian companies. We will see much more of Indian companies. They will rise very fast in this list. In the next 10 years, we will see the rise of Indian companies becoming much more valuable. So yeah, this asset ranking is changing every minute. And I recommend you to look into it because it shows you where the world's wealth is flowing into. You will see where the rich are investing their money into. Right now, they are buying gold like crazy. Yeah, they are investing in gold, but they are also buying a lot of Bitcoin right now and Ethereum. And they're also investing in these big seven. Who are the big seven? Microsoft, Apple, NVIDIA, Alphabet, Amazon, Meta, and Tesla. These are the big seven. These are the big seven of artificial intelligence. So they will grow faster, even faster. Goldman Sachs says Metaverse will be $8 trillion at least. Citi says Metaverse economy will be 13 trillion very soon. And some other experts, they say Metaverse economy will be up to 30 trillion in the next 10 years. And you can see 10 predictions about the Metaverse here. Look at number 1. The Mars landing will be a watershed moment for the Metaverse. Why? Because we will be watching the first astronaut landing onto Mars, the first human landing onto Mars. We will be at the same space through our avatars. And we will participate in that moment through our avatars in virtual Mars, which will be a huge cultural moment. And you can see some other predictions, interesting predictions as well. So, in the next part, I give you some tools regarding how to deal with anxiety. These are from my notebook. Sometimes, you know, mental health is a big issue. We have mental health issues. We feel bad. We have low morale. We become really bored. How do we get out of that? So here is a page from my diary. You can have a look. Please read it in the next 1 minute. There are billions of stars like our sun in the Milky Way. If each star is a salt particle, you would need 100,000 kilos of salt just to represent the stars in our universe, in the Milky Way. And there would be at least 4 miles between each salt particle if each salt was a star. So we are tiny specks of dust in this universe. And our world is a pale blue dot. So each breath we take and give is a miracle. Our lives are fragile, fleeting. We are like butterflies. Life is too short for taking yourself seriously. So you need to relax, have fun, take some more risks in your life. We have come and we are going. Life is so fast. We will die very soon. So you have this one chance to make something memorable, enjoyable. Your life should be something remarkable. You are the hero. And you have just one chance to live it as a hero. So we should take it seriously. We should have more fun. And we should take more risk. We should dare to have a wild imagination, follow our dreams, and create exciting, fresh, meaningful things. So whenever you think you have a big problem, think about this. What will you be thinking about this problem after 1 year? So I know this from my diaries. I always keep diaries, okay? I looked at my notebook from last year. Last year at this time, I was worried about a lot of things. I wrote them in my diary from last year, and I read it. And when I read back, most of my worries, anxieties, they were unimportant at all. I resolved all of them. Yet, at that time last year, I lost my sleep over this. I was really anxious. I lost my sleep. I couldn't sleep. I was not enjoying my life, all because of these anxieties, problems. I thought that these were like big problems. Now when I look back after 1 year, now I understand that these are very small problems, actually. These were actually very small problems. I made them bigger. These problems were like small flies. But I made them into dinosaurs because I made them bigger in my brain. Oh my God, how will I cope with this? How will I resolve this? You know, you make your problems bigger in your brain. Your problems are not huge. They are not such a huge mess. No. Our brains are deceiving us. Everything will pass. Like, remember about this. Next year, if you ever have a really big problem, after 1 year, 12 months, you will forget about it. Each of these problems will pass. You will learn from your failures. You will learn from your problems. You will grow bigger. You will grow more resilient. You will learn a lot, and you will grow as a stronger person after 1 year. So think of it as a journey. Don't think too hard. Don't make these problems bigger than what they are. Okay? These are all small problems. They will come and go. Okay? So don't take that so seriously. Especially if you think that you are having really big problems. No, these are not big problems. You will grow. You will resolve them. Your brain always finds solutions. As long as you become resilient, work on these problems, use them as learning opportunities and experiments. You will make experiments, try solutions, try a lot of solutions. You will get better each time, and you will resolve these problems. And you will become a better person. You will become a better entrepreneur, better problem solver. Yeah? So you'll grow tremendously. So I want you to use this as an opportunity. You know, whenever you have a big problem, think about what you will think about this problem after 1 year. Your life is only the present. So make the most of your present time. Present means a gift. The current time, the present moment is a gift. So you need to make the most of it. Use it wisely. Make a lot of opportunities. Fail. Fail more often. You should be failing a lot. Failures are not bad. Failures are your friends. They are stepping stones. They are learning experiments. In order to learn faster, you need to fail a lot of times, and become friends with failure. I have failed thousands of times, and I'm proud of it. So each experiment, even if it's a failure, it's a learning journey. Treat it as such. Like, you'll learn so much from these failures. So whenever you are anxious, I want you to follow these steps. Write yourself a letter. Create strategies. Imagine how you would remember this issue next year after 12 months. And how can you use this opportunity for growth, learning, personal development? So whenever you are anxious, stressed out, please respond to these 4 questions and write them in your notebook. Please look at this poster now in the next 30 seconds. And try to learn from it. You know, this generation, they are called the TikTok generation, right? They are also called the Snowflake generation, snowflakes. Yeah. Oh my God, everything is terrible. The world is about to collapse. I'm being dramatic, but life is all about drama. Oh my God, it'll all collapse. Yeah, but come on. Like, the world doesn't owe you anything. You are not a snowflake. No one is special. We are equal. You are not entitled to anything. You will fail a lot of times. You need to deserve your place through hard work, resilience. You will fail a lot of times. Do not blame others. Do not blame the system. You will start changing. You are here to create value. You are here to help other people. You are not a victim. You have a lot to learn. You know nothing. You are Jon Snow. Your value will come from your contribution. Yeah? And you will be rejected many times. You will fail thousands of times, and that's okay. So we need to get mentally tougher and stronger. That's the message here. How can you do that? I want you to think of at least one thing to do. How can you get mentally stronger, tougher? Think of at least one action. There is a YouTube channel called Yes Theory. If you go to YouTube, it's a great channel, Yes Theory. They are saying yes to everything. You can learn from them. They are taking more risks, Yes Theory. And they are taking a lot of rejection. So if you click on it, you'll learn a lot about resilience. So whenever you fail, I established a system of 13 points. Please go over these 13 points whenever you fail. Failures are very bad, but I failed thousands of times. I'm almost fail-proof. I failed so many times that failures are like nothing to me. Because I failed so many times, I made peace with failures. So how do you deal with failures? Sometimes we are like snowflakes, and we do feel rejected. We do feel the world is about to end. Oh my God, I got rejected. Oh my God. Sometimes, a student asked me, Professor, I go to these job applications, and I'm very unfortunate. I feel really terrible, devastated. I sent out all these job applications, and then I got rejected from them all of them. And I asked this student, how many job applications did you send out? How many? And they said, 7. Oh my God, did you apply only for 7 jobs? Come on, when I finished my PhD, I went and applied for more than 120 jobs myself, 120 jobs. And I got rejected from almost all of them. 120 job applications. I got rejected each time, and I grew stronger. I tried again. So that's how you deal with this mess. The world is very tough out there, yeah? But you need to get stronger mentally. You don't give up just after like 7 rejections. 7 is nothing. You need to make it at least 100. You see? Like, the world is very tough out there. And you need to sharpen yourself. You need to get mentally tougher. And there's nothing to lose from these rejections. You learn, you grow, you learn from your failures, rejections. You get better each time. You ask feedback. You learn from these feedback. You get a better application each time. You prepare a better application package each time. You ask feedback. You go to the career center. You get their feedback. You get a better CV. You get a better cover letter. You do a lot of mock interviews. You get better each time, yeah? But you need to continue. It's a process. It's not easy. So I urge you to follow these 13 steps to get mentally tougher, okay? And you need more positivity, of course. Hal Elrod says, your morning routines should consist these 6 components. I ask you, which of these 6 are you doing? Ask yourself. Silence. Do you do meditation, prayer, breathing to calm your mind, number one. Number two, do you do affirmations? Number three, do you do visualization? Number four, do you exercise, move your body, walk? Number five, do you do reading, get some inspiration, fill your brain with positivity? And number six, do you scribble, doodle, practice journaling, write down your thoughts? Which of these are you doing? If you are not doing these things, maybe you should start doing them. You can practice each of them for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, and you can finish them all in less than 1 hour. Yeah. If you do each of them for like 10 minutes, it will take you less than 1 hour. Maybe 5 minutes, some of them half an hour. Exercise could be longer, yeah. But you can spend less than 1 hour on these. And it will help you to start a more productive day. You need happiness chemicals. Do you have them enough in your life? I want you to rate your life right now out of 10 in each domain. Do you have enough dopamine? Give yourself a rating out of 10. Dopamine is about curiosity, reward in your brain. Do you feel curious? Do you learn new things? Out of 10, how would you rate yourself? Give yourself a score. Oxytocin is about the love hormone. It's about relationships. You can see examples. It's about love, connectedness, relationships. Give yourself a score. 10 means I have perfect oxytocin, yeah? 0 means I don't have any. Serotonin, the third one. Again, give yourself a score. This is about becoming connected with nature, being calm, meditating, spending time in nature, walking, swimming, cycling, all these things, exercising. Serotonin, it will stabilize your mood. Okay, give yourself the score. And the last one, endorphin. This is about laughter, essential oils, watching comedy, dark chocolate, exercising. So these are about joyful things in your life. Do you have enough joy? Okay, so give yourself a score. And if your score in any of these domains is less than 6 or less than 7, then you need to take some actions, okay, to increase your score. Think about some actions to increase your scores in each domain. Okay? And you can do some of these things to increase in each domain. Hobbies are one of the things that you can do. Elon Musk started a new hobby. He was stuck in traffic, and he said, I will solve this wicked problem of traffic. This hobby company is now $16 billion. What's the name of this company? He was in traffic. He was stuck. In my free time, I will start this as a hobby, he said. The Boring Company. Yeah? So the name of the company is The Boring Company. And he started these tunnels. So how does that work? Elon Musk tunnels. If you Boring Company tunnels. So you can learn more on how it works. So there are almost 100 stories, 100 different stories, 100 different tunnels. And you can go with 200, 250. very fast. And then you can go up. So you can go down and up, like this. So he thought of this problem in his free time. He was stuck in traffic, he had some free time, and he thought, why don't I solve the traffic problem through my hobby company? And this became $16 billion. So the boring company is not boring at all. And another hobby of his is Hyperloop. He wants to transform public transit through Hyperloop. This is, again, a hobby company.
Elon Musk, the billionaire behind Tesla Motors and SpaceX, wants to revolutionize public transport. In 2017, he held an event at SpaceX's California headquarters, showcasing the latest technology for what he believes is the future of intercity travel, an entirely new transport system called Hyperloop.
What this is all about is advancing standard transportation, trying new things that have never been done before, that can make an incredible difference in people's lives.
Okay. So what else? You can read, learn exciting things. We did this with my wife. Why don't we read 30 books in 30 days, we said. And we started the challenge on Instagram, 30 days, 30 books challenge. And we invited our friends. Many of our friends joined the challenge. And we used fast reading, skimming, to quickly read and finish books. So we finished each book in 1 or 2 hours, very quickly, every day. Warren Buffett says, read 500 pages every day. Read 500 pages like this. That's how knowledge builds up, like compound interest. You need to read a lot. You need to be extremely curious in order to get ahead. So here is my radical suggestion for you. Read 100 books every year, at least. So we did this reading challenge, and we finished reading 100 books. And I recommend you need to finish reading at least 500, 250 of them unrelated, multidisciplinary technology books, 250 in your specialty. So knowledge grows as a house. This is like a magic house. It is a magic big house, and as its boundaries grow, each combination starts new combinations. And this is a magically expanding house with each door that you open. So your goal should be to build your palace of knowledge that is magically expanding every day. So what I did was I placed 5 fiction books in my house in different rooms. That's how I do it. So I placed science fiction books. Because I am delayed in my science fiction reading, what I did was I placed a science fiction book in the kitchen, one in the living room, one in the bedroom, one in the toilet, one in the kitchen. So in each room in our house, there is a different science fiction book, okay? Whenever I go to that room, my rule is very simple. I have a divider, okay? I have a divider. My rule is very simple. I simply need to move the divider 1 page ahead whenever I go to that room, okay? So I read just a little bit, 1 or 2 pages, move it, and leave it there. If I have more time, then I move it once more. That's how I do it, okay? Very simple. Whenever I go to that room, I immediately see that book. I just read 1 or 2 pages, move it, that's it, okay? Through these bits of reading, I was able to finish more than 25 books in 1 year using just this habit. It is such a simple habit, yet instead of looking at TikTok, Instagram, I just read 1 or 2 pages, that's it. And this allowed me to finish 25 science fiction books, which was amazing. So you can do this. It's all a matter of habit building. Okay, so please create your reading challenge now. You can say, you know, I'll finish 100 books at the end of the year, let's say, and sign it. 2 books every week, which is doable. You can finish 2 books every week. You can sign it, and you can give yourself this contract. And it's quite easy to do. 2 books a week, it is doable. What else? Search for outliers. I love outliers. Is it possible to write 100,000 words in one day? Yes, Sean Wes attempted it. I watched him live. He ended up writing 55,000 words in one day. He documented it here. So he did it on live. He published it. And he was able to finish 1 book, writing 1 book in just 1 day. And he published this book. So can you write 1 book in 1 day? Yes, you can. Is it possible to try 52 jobs in 52 weeks? Yes. This guy did it.
Usual approach to one man is taking an unusual approach to uncovering his passion.
We're told so much growing up. Find your passion. That is the secret.
Find something that you're passionate about. Follow your passion. Your passion.
If you can't go with your passion, but how do you go find your passion?
Get active and be proactive about doing something. You don't know what to do, well, don't, just sit around and wonder what to do. Do something.
Here's an idea. I work 52 jobs in 52 weeks to find my passion.
It's the greatest concept on the face of the planet.
It's a crazy idea.
It was an idea that was just not possible.
I have no idea what awaits me and where this project's going to take me, but I gotta take the leap.
Right now, I think a lot of people coming to school with no clue whether passion or
I'm studying today. Good morning.
Well, I'm going to say, oh my God, I don't know, some challenge. There's going to be some roadblocks in your way.
A lot of information to digest. So it didn't wake up that now I'm about actually making a meaningful contribution. Where I am back.
So he captured each of these stories, 52 weeks, 52 jobs, and he expanded what is possible for him. Let's go to India. He's called Mountain Man. He single-handedly carved a road through the mountain. So his wife died due to lack of medical treatment. The nearest doctor was 70 kilometers away, and he lost his wife. So he started carving out this mountain to make a road. How long do you think did it take to build this road? He did it by himself. How long did it take? Any guess? 5 years. 5 years, good guess. 22 years. He did this in 22 years without any technology. For how long do you think it's possible to live on London buses at night? You can do this, let's say you don't have a home, okay? You can only survive in London buses, let's say. How many nights can you survive on London buses until the morning, This guy, 21 years. He spent 21 years sleeping on London buses. And you can read his story. He couldn't go back to his country. And his only chance was to live in London. And he was homeless, so he traveled across these London buses for 21 years. And then he got UK citizenship finally. You know the Terminal, right? The movie, Terminal. Who is this person? Is this a real person? Yes, right? You know the Tom Hanks movie, remember? This was a real person. Who is this? He's called Mehran Karimi Nesari. He was stuck in Paris airport, and he lived there for 18 years. 18 years. He became the first global nomad, the first global citizen, living there for 18 years. Okay? Is it possible to plant an entire forest by yourself? Can you plant an entire forest? Yes, it is possible. He created an entire forest by himself. Okay? So look at this manifesto. Please create your own one in the next 1 minute. So you can do extreme things in your life. Whatever you put your faith into, you can do it. It's all a matter of manifesting, visualizing, believing in yourself. What do you believe in? And what will you be creating? What will you be bringing to the world? That is original, fresh, meaningful. These should be the things that only you can do. What are they? Create your own poster, please. This can be your own manifesto. Draw it, doodle it, write it as an inspirational poster for yourself, okay? Create your own inspirational poster, manifesto, please, in the next 1 minute. You can see mine. This is my manifesto. And you can put this as a poster on your wall, on your desk. Okay? Feel free to doodle, draw, or write. You can write about your values, principles, priorities. Okay. And put this on your wall, whatever your manifesto is. Okay, the next one, hunt and find interesting ideas. This is an excellent article on 10 unexpected places to find interesting ideas. Have a look. Here is an interesting idea. This is, do you know this picture? What is this picture? So, it is called Station Squabble. These are two mice fighting in London Tube Station. He won Wildlife Photographer of the Year competition award through this photo. He took this photo in London subway, London Metro, and he got Wildlife Award, Photographer Award. So, can you win Wildlife Photographer Award with a city picture? Yes, you can. The next one, let's do some writing. You will complete this story in 2 minutes, okay? Just for 2 minutes. Although she was settled in her life, she felt more restless than ever. She was yearning for change. She felt there was something in the air, something different on that day. She woke up very early and left the house. Continue the story, please. What is next? She rose early, yeah? She went out from the house, she left the house. What happens next? Please write down. Use your imagination. She wanted to change her life, right? And she left the house very early. Why? What's her destination? And what becomes next? What happens next? So use your imagination. Create your story. Keep writing, move your hands. Imagine that your hands have their own imagination. Trust your hands. Just move them. Keep writing or typing. Don't judge your writing. Treat this as a game. Writing is just playing. Just use your fingers. As you continue your story, now I want you to incorporate something surprising, unexpected into your story. Incorporate some surprise now into your story. There should be something unexpected in your plot. Okay? So engineer a surprise. So for that, you need to surprise yourself. Put something totally unexpected in your story. How can you surprise yourself in your story? Put it and continue your story with that twist. You'll create a twist, a surprise. Okay? And we don't have much time, but you can create some bullet points to continue this story. What could be some plot points, bullet points? How will you move this story forward? Will there be any new twists or surprises? Please put them as bullet points. And how will your finale look like? Think about the end of this. How will you finish your story? Do you have a finale that is satisfying? What will happen in the end? Think about the finale. And put it down. Okay, the next thing, I wrote about 41 creativity lessons I learned as I entered 41st age. So this is 41 lessons when I became 41. Read it. You'll learn a lot about creativity. 41 was a transformative period in my life. I decided to be creative when I was 41. So I created this 41 lessons. And this was one of the very first articles I have written on Medium. That started my Medium journey. So read it. The next one, use the immense power of your mind. Here's a puzzle. Which technologies do we owe to Einstein? Which inventions do we owe to Einstein? Do you have any guesses? Which technologies? Of course, we know that we learned about relativity theory, right? Lots of physics theories, yeah? He expanded our imagination, yeah? He is like setting this railroad, right? He's putting these tracks on the railroad of science and innovation, yeah? So he's a big guy, yeah? But what are they? Can you list them? Here are some. TV. We owe TV to Einstein. Radar guns. Did you know that we owe it to Einstein? Nuclear power. Solar power, solar panels. GPS systems, satellites. Stock markets, investing. Weather forecasting systems. Automatic doors, burglar alarms. Digital cameras. DVD players, supermarket scanners, laser eye surgery. And many, many more. We owe them to Einstein. Okay? So it's all about imagination. What else? To escape boredom, move, take a positive action. Please look at this poster. Do you have these voices in your head? I bet you do. These are the voices in my head. I drew each of them, okay? How do you stop these voices? You need to get up, move, Move out of your mind. Your mind can be a black hole. If you are alone with your own thoughts, your brain becomes a very dark place. Okay? You get bored, you get anxious, you get stressed out. And that means your mental health will deteriorate. So you need to learn to deal with these voices, negative voices. How do you do that? You need to create your own story, move to action. Share, get help from your friends, get up and move, walk, cycle, cook, spend time in nature. Write in your diary, read books, become an entrepreneur, follow your dreams, walk under the rain, and do unexpected things, create some surprises for yourself. Okay? So it's your responsibility to deal with these voices in your head, okay? These voices are bullies. You need to learn how to deal with them. Mel Robbins says, whenever you have a good instinct to act on a goal, you must count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, and physically move or your brain will stop you. So let's say you have an amazing idea. Oh, I will write a Medium article, or I will establish my YouTube channel. You need to move in just 5 seconds. Oh, I will establish my Etsy store. I will become an entrepreneur. I will open an investing account. You need to move in just 5 seconds. Otherwise, your brain will stop you. Your brain is famous for stopping you. Yeah? You'll think about, generate all these questions. What if I do this? What if I wait a bit more? What if I lose now? What if I risk this? And all these complicated thoughts will stop you, paralyze you. It is called analysis paralysis. Analysis paralysis. Too much analysis is not good for you. You need to jump into action in 5 seconds. Yeah? So you can learn more from these strategies. Okay? I wrote these articles about being more productive. You can look at them. Okay? These are all in your slides. Here's the next exercise. What are top 10 lessons you have learned in your life? I want you to write them in bullet points. Maybe write at least 3 to 5 of them right now. What are the top lessons? Let's say you are making a TED Talk to young people, students. What are the top 10 lessons you learned up until now? How would you give your message? Please write them. Summarize your lessons, give them as bullet points. These are hard-learned lessons that you want to tell the world, especially younger people. What did you learn? Please write them. You should have at least 3 lessons written, okay? Maybe 5 lessons. And now, I want you to share your top 2 or 3 with each other. Your closest friends close to you, in clusters, please share your most valuable 1 or 2 lessons with each other, okay? Which could be top 1 or 2 lesson, most valuable one. Share it with each other. Talk. learn from each other, please? Share at least one lesson with each other. Okay, let's wrap up. You can see my lessons here. These are my top 10 lessons. Have a look in my lessons. Are these similar to some of yours? Is there any similar one? Have a look. And out of these, which ones are your top favorites? Please choose 2 to 3. Which are your top 3 favorites? Is there any like unexpected ones? Okay, choose your favorite ones, please. Yeah. Okay, let's wrap it up. The next one, explore yourself. This is a quote. The most remarkable part of all of you is your DNA. You have 1 meter of DNA packed into every cell in your body. And there are so many cells that if you formed all the DNA in your body into a single fine strand, it would stretch 10 billion miles to beyond Pluto. Did you know that? If you stretch each of your DNAs, it will stretch to beyond Pluto. So think of it. There is enough of you to leave the solar system. You are, in the most literal sense, cosmic. Okay, so this is from this book. Who is the author? The Body is the book. Do you know this book? Who is the author? Bill Bryson. This is the book. It's an amazing book. If you haven't read it, I recommend you read it. It's an amazing book. Understanding your body. To escape boredom, learn about the future. This is a trillionaire sectors. If we look at trillionaire sectors, which would they be? Let's say you want to get rich. Okay? How would you make $1 trillion if there are 7 billion people on Earth and each spent $143, then you would get 1 trillion. Peter Diamandis says if you want $1 billion, you need to help 1 billion people. That's how you do it. But how do you do that in practice? For any industry, to produce 100 times more value than today's, it needs to be rapidly scalable, global in nature, product services with strong demand, transportable, profitable, influential, and disruptive, okay, to reach $1 trillion. So what are these? These are some of the sectors. Cryptocurrency is one of the biggest, right? Bitcoin creators, Ethereum creators, they became some of the richest people in the world. There is a big wealth transfer to these people, Bitcoin and Ethereum, yeah? Number 1. Number 2, asteroid mining. Asteroid mining, that's the most valuable space industry. Asteroids are billions of dollars. What else? Any guesses? Instant learning. Instant learning. Brain-machine interfaces, neuralaces. Imagine ingested learning. You eat a pill and start knowing French. Will it happen? Probably, yes. You'll take a pill and instantly learn French and things like that. Internet of Things, devices talking to each other. Alexa will be the brain of your smart home. What else? Human aging longevity. Google investing in Calico. If everybody pays $10 a day to make aging stop, how many people would choose that option? 1 billion people, yeah? What else? Ultra high-speed transport, controlling the weather. Especially now that we have global warming, controlling the weather is a big deal. If we can control these negative weather events, hurricanes, tornadoes, tsunamis, then that's a $1 billion industry. Instant sleep. Many people cannot sleep. So if you pay $10 to use instant sleep device, then 1 billion people would be ready to pay $10 a day. And think of this as subscription. If you have that solution, people can subscribe to you. What else? Instant disassembling of matter. Human cloning 3D printed bodies. When our bodies wear out, can you transfer your consciousness to new bodies? Personal swarms or swarm bots. These will be your personal micro assistants, powered by artificial intelligence. You will have a swarm army. They will fix your hair, apply makeup, assemble themselves as your clothing, body armor. They will be your personal tech. They will help you fly. You'll be Tony Stark with them. Okay? What else? Robots. Robots are coming. That's, again, they will be everywhere, at work as well as in your home. 3D avatars. Your avatar in the metaverse, yeah. AI. AI is game changer everywhere. That's the biggest industry that permeates all of them. That's the biggest game changer. Energy storage, batteries. So, if you aren't watching Shark Tank, I recommend you to watch Shark Tank. Let's look at Scrap Daddy. Do you know this? Yeah. Have we watched it here? No? Sharks. They are so competitive, and it is so fun to watch. So you need to watch this show. You'll learn so much about entrepreneurship. Here's another episode.
Brian, I'm the founder and CEO of Amazing Lives. Today we're asking for $650,000 for 5% of our company. Wow. Sharks, prepare to experience the latest dance craze called gloving. Thank you for the performance, guys. Sharks, it's your turn to join the gloving movement. Gummy, could you please let Outliers going to be handing out your own personalized Eli glow sets?
So, Brian, how big is gloving in the market? Because you've imputed a value on gloving of $13 million because you've asked me for $650,000 for 5%. That is a very big number, and I'm going to assume you have some incredible sales to get excited about.
Since we started about 4 years ago, we've grossed over $13 million.
Wow. In this calendar year, how much do we sell?
We're projected for $5.5 million, and we are on target.
Wow.
And he got a great investment. So You can learn so much about business from this program. I recommend that you watch it. There is a YouTube channel, Shark Tank Global. Subscribe to it, please, and watch the episodes. Okay? So we are coming towards the end of today. I also want you to read these books. Have you read any of these books? These are some of the life-changing books about getting rich. These are about some of the best business books out there. Have you read these? If you haven't, please start reading books like this. Okay? These are not like your textbooks. They are much richer with personal evidence, examples. These are biographies or personal practical advice. And that's what you need. Like, you can learn so much more from these kinds of books rather than from your textbooks. Okay? So if you haven't read these, start reading some of these books. So there are things about making money. You can go over them. And the last part is Mars. You can learn about Mars to get out of boredom. By which year does Elon Musk send the first astronaut to Mars? Any guess? 2026 is his goal. How many people does he wish to send to Mars until mid-century? Any guess? Exactly. 1 million. It's close, yeah. So he wants to send 1 million people to Mars, which is, I think, impossible, but he's very ambitious. Will your next job be on Mars? This is on Forbes. Creativity will be important in Mars. Why? Because you have to survive, right? Surviving is difficult. There won't be much bureaucracy. How long does it take to go to Mars? Any guess? You know this. 7-8 months, yeah? But you have a chance to do it every 2 years, right? Because of this.
If you want to send a spacecraft all the way to Mars, first you'll need a fast rocket to escape the pull of Earth's gravity. The heavier your spacecraft, the more powerful your rocket needs to be to lift off. Next, make sure you launch at the right time. Mars and Earth orbit the Sun at different speeds and distances. Sometimes they're really far apart, and other times they come closer together. About every 2 years, the two planets are in perfect positions to get to Mars with the least amount of rocket fuel. That's important. The total trip is over 300 million miles. Finally, make sure your aim is right. You can't shoot for where Mars is at launch time. You have to aim for where it will be when you get there. It's a lot like how a quarterback passes a football. Also, you may need a few thrusts to correct your direction along the way so you don't miss Mars. If all goes well, you'll get to the red planet in about 7 or 8 months. Then, if you actually want to land on Mars, well, that's a whole other challenge.
Okay. How long is 1 year in Mars? Sorry, have you seen the response? How long is 1 year? Any guess? It is longer than the Earth, right? But how long? 687 days is 1 year on Mars. It's almost double of the Earth. So, one Mars day is 24 hours, 37 minutes. Gravity is 1/3. Temperature is -62. There is hardly any atmosphere, very little atmosphere. 2 moons, Phobos and Deimos. The largest mountain, dust storms. Yeah. So, how will we communicate with people there? Holoportation technology. It's like Metaverse. And Elon Musk made history by launching these reusable rockets. Let's finish with that. This was 2018, remember? It was a historical moment for humanity. So it comes back to the Earth. That's why it is reusable. It transforms space travel. So it was a big deal, and he wants to colonize Mars using this technology. You can watch his keynote, and there is a future city on Mars they are planning. It's called NUA. And you can see the plans of it here. It's an engineering marvel. And let's say you're on Mars. Think of TripAdvisor ideas, top 3 things to try on Mars. Any ideas? Valles Marineris Canyon System, number 1. Olympus Mons, the largest volcano in the solar system, number 2. And Martian Olympics. Why? Because there is 1/3 of gravity. Whenever you jump 3 times higher. Whenever you throw a ball, the ball goes 3 times further. Yeah? So the Martian Olympics will be a feat to watch. Okay, so do this at home. Imagine your daily life on Mars. Imagine that you are there. What would your typical day look like? Write a science fiction story regarding that at home. Okay? And you can also watch Netflix Mars. There is a TV series called Mars. I recommend you watch it. I also want you to watch this documentary. It's on Mars.
I first got interested in the idea of going to Mars when I was 3 years old.
She wants to be the first or one of the first to go to Mars.
She's a regular kid with a dream that she's willing to pursue. Spaceflight is a very risky business. You have to take it serious, or you will die.
If the option was to go to Mars and never come back, I would still want to go and be a part of the mission.
Okay, this is called Mars Generation. They are on Netflix. This is a documentary.
I was directly told that we cannot land on Mars before we do mention.
Ourselves, are there any planets out there that are possible homes for humanity?
Space camp looking the past me to do things I really want to do. Kids today have that same drive, that same passion that I had watching the first American launch into space.
We've got to the moon, and it's a stepping stone to the red planet.
It would be so amazing to see the Martian surface with my own eyes.
Having a man or woman walk on Mars is just the most badass thought in my mind. It's been over 50 years since we've done something significant like this.
We don't really go to space anymore. People are losing touch with their human spirit.
We have an entire generation who want to go to Mars, but all of that will fall on also if there isn't some big mission where they can apply this enthusiasm.
Some people think it's fine if you stay on it forever, as everyone does.
Let's go out there and make discoveries. Let's change the world.
Somebody from my generation will put their footprint in the Martian soil.
I can't think of a better thing to be defined by.
It's our duty to breathe fire into the imagination of these young people, because our true place is among the stars.
Okay, I leave it.